Hello, how to use trend lines for swing trading confirmation. We can use two stocks to explain that. So the first one is TSCO. You'll use maximum daily chart for your chart analysis, and TSCO. So to see how you can use trend lines for swing trading confirmations, we have long up trend lines here that we trace, and that is a long up trend line passing by the higher lows of the chart. I like to call it the valley line, and we are using that as our entry point. So that is pretty much how we use the trend line for entries. So, and by waiting to buy at that trend line, we are going to analyze the chart on a daily basis or so, comparing where the price is right now to where the value line is. And currently, today, November 28, 2025, the price last time the markets opened, it closed on green. That means the price at the end of the day was higher than the price in the morning when the markets opened. We have the price on the y-axis from 0 up, and the date on the s-axis from the past to the present. By looking at where the chart is right now in comparison to where we want to buy, from where it's coming from, the all-time new high, we can see that it's going down, but it's not near where we want to buy yet. Therefore, it is not a buy. And so when it reach that valley line, we might want to wait to see a few higher lows there to just see if it's done going down before we get in, because when it's going down, it's going to be making lower lows. And when we start seeing a few higher lows around the trend line, even if they are is still in the same upward direction, but we see few higher lows there, we can get in. So that is how we use trend line for our swing trading confirmation. We use it to buy stocks, and to sell stocks, we focus on all-time new high to be our exit point. Once the price exits that level, we will have a new high, and from that point you can decide to sell your stocks or to wait longer, depending on if in the past, once it reached the all-time high from the last time it left that value line you purchased it at, how if it continued to make higher high for a while, then you might want to decide to stay in the trade for half that time frame before you get out. So those are the two exit strategy point we have. Another one will be to use a price by comparing last time it touched base with it and the highest peak, and from this though it has not ended yet, so the highest peak will be this one. So it will be to take that $63 divided by $37, and the ratio you'll tell me by the lowest point it will reach here. For instance, $63 divided by $37 is 1.7. If you assume a touch base with it, let's say at let's just say $47 for instance, then you can say that 1.7 times 47 equal $79 will be where you will sell it. Those are three landmarks you can set for yourself to see which one you rely on to sell it. But now all stocks meet those three criteria for you to use it like set on stone. For instance, when it breached this previous highest peak was around somewhere here, and from here all the way now is over a year. It's like 1 year time frame. Then you might decide that maybe if you buy it at the value line, you can stay in it for 6 months or when you reach $79. But keep in mind that if it's repeating the same pattern, it tends to come lower before going up again. So it's up to you if you want to stay in the trade for this dip before selling it at some point or not. It all depends on that 6-month landmark where that will land you. But those things you are going to analyze, and it's different from stocks to stock. But you have those three strategy to guide you to exit the trade and lock in a good amount of profit. It's not about locking in the maximum amount of profit. It's not about competition. It's about setting your own goal and reach it. Again, that is how I do it. But if you are competitive, my strategy may not work for you. You might have to tweak it a little bit. So for my strategy, the way I like to do it is I'm not in it to lock in the maximum profit. Is there to lock in. I'm okay leaving some money on the table. At the same time, when I'm buying it, I'm not trying to buy at the lowest price possible either. And I'm okay leaving some money on the table. I just want to see how much I'm comfortable paying for it in relation to how much I think I can accumulate profits in it before I sell it, if that makes sense. That way, when it touch base with that value line, if there is no other value line underneath it, I might just decide to buy it, knowing that getting in a little bit early, it might still go a little bit lower before it start going up, or it might start going up from there, or might linger there for a while, and I'm okay with it because I'm not trying to have the best deal necessarily. It's not day trading, and this swing trading strategy, I'm not selling it a few days later. I will be selling a few months later or few years later, still using swing trading strategy. Having that in mind, I'm not trying to buy at the best deal is there or selling it at the highest price possible either, but get in and get out and accumulate a good amount of profit and wait for it to come back down at the value line for me to buy it again. Same stocks traded multiple times equal to me investing in that stock while swing trading it to lock in the growth above the value line, lock it in and buy it again, of course at a higher price because the value line is tilted up, and start the process again. That is the process I'm using, and that is the angle my swing trading is going toward, and I'm working on it to keep fine-tuning it. So this one is not a buy just yet. It's going down, but not there yet. The next one is TYL. So TYL, we have this line which could well be a supporting line supporting the upside wall of the mountain, and we have our value line that we color on purple that we like to buy at. When we are comparing where the price is right now, which is a drop the last time the market opened, the price at the end of the day was lower than the price in the morning when the market opened. We have a red bar and a red price. But when we are comparing it to where we want to buy, it's going there, but it's not there yet. And again, we are putting it in context, taking this higher price into consideration. It's living there. It's not reaching higher and higher, but it seems to be going toward the valley line. So taking that higher, which the peak of the mountain, and the valley line into consideration will judge where the direction of the chart is going, or where the price is in relation to those two landmarks on the chart. So we can say that it's going down, but it's nowhere near where we want to buy. In addition to that, it breached the supporting line supporting the upside wall of the mountain that it was claiming. It could well be that it was down going up, and now it's pretty much working its way down to the valley, but it has not reached it yet. And you can see that last time it reached that valley line was almost 3 years ago, in 2023, beginning of 2023. Maybe it might get there toward the beginning of 2026. So having something that takes about 3 years to finish one cycle, when you buy, like here for instance, is when it breached this highest peak, and it went up a little bit for maybe 6 months or so, and then it was done. So from here was in July, and here was January. So it'll be, even though we have a higher price here, I think from July to December it'll be good. About 5 months or so after they've, it breached the highest peak, stay in it for 5 months or so, or a little bit lower, and just get in, just in case it's going to repeat this process by dipping after December. I don't know if the repetition is going to be linked to the time of the year as well. Now all stocks do that, but some stocks tend to be seasonal, and their growth and drop can be linked to this part of the month as well. So those are things that you might want to think about comparing. Take the month into consideration to see if those patterns, those repeating patterns, are at the same times are happening in any specific month. For instance, we know that it was going down and reached that valley line around the end of the year, and right now around the end of the year, 3 years later or so, we are having that same situation. So is it safe to say that around December, let's say here, from there, December here, it didn't really reach the highest peak there though. It did it in February. So, and then here in December. So it's not quite a specific month that is reaching those higher peak. We can see this dip here. It did a little bit here after July. After July, so it seems to be hitting quite a bit of a high peak in July, and then after that, October, it dipped down to rest, and then we have February here, but then it dipped down in April. So I don't know if those are things to rely on. And then in July we have this, but then we didn't have much of a dip in October, a little bit, because it's following this uptrend, but it didn't really look like it dropped that much. And December it reached. So those things sometimes you might want to take into consideration to see if the repeating pattern is linked to any specific month of the year as well. The only reason it caught my attention is because the previous time it touched base with this valley line was around the same time that it seems to be going this time as well. That's why I say, okay, should I need to check if month has something to do with those change in the direction as well. But now all charts follow those specific seasonality as well. So that concludes how we can use trend line for swing trading confirmation, especially entry. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and ninasoup.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and focus on making profit on each one of your swing trades, and over time you will grow your account from there. Thank you for your time. For more of our swing trading strategy, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. And this video is brought to you by our online store, liberdownload.com, where we sell online workshop that you can attend to practice analyzing stocks to see where you can buy them. Thank you for your time.